Hey guys, so today we have a Game Boy Micro. It doesn't have a faceplate, but I bought it on eBay for parts or repair. Looks to be in pretty good condition. Like I said, I haven't really checked it out much yet. I did plug it in to see if anything happened. I got a flashing light, but I'll show you what it's doing. And I have to admit, I've never actually went too in depth on repairing these. I've taken a few of them apart, but let's get into it and see if we can get this thing working. Okay, so let's plug this thing in real quick and let's see what it's going to do. I don't think there's a battery in it because the listing did say that there was no battery, but oh, so I don't know if you can catch it on the camera, but we do have the lights coming on the start and the select button. All right, that's the start. I've pulled out my battery, so let's take him apart real quick. I also noticed that some of these screws don't look original, or at least they don't look like they've been put into the right place. So I'm thinking that somebody has probably been in this thing before. Okay, quite a few more parts to these than what I remember. Okay, I think what we need to do is get this guy under the microscope and maybe get him plugged in and check to see what kind of power issues we might have. It's a little grimy. I mean, I've definitely seen worse, but let's give it a good visual inspection. Make sure we're not missing anything, or might be a little corrosion going on here. Doesn't look too bad so far. Honestly, looks pretty clean. So from here, let's see. So it looks like we've got a fuse right here. So let's put the meter on it, and we can check our fuse first and foremost. Just kind of a sanity check before we start going any further. So we don't have any continuity through this guy, which that's a pretty good indicator of why it might not be turning on, wouldn't you guys say? So I think what I'll do is we're going to take him off. We're going to get this guy cleaned up real good, replace the fuse, plug the battery in, see what it does. Maybe we'll get lucky. All right. So let me see if I've got a replacement fuse. All right. There's the fuse replaced. Just real quick, I want to clean out our charging port. Just because under the microscope it looked a little crummy. We are going to completely clean this guy up. But first I just wanted to get that cleaned up a little bit. Okay, let's see if we still get the lights. And we do. Let's try a battery. What do you think? Is it going to work? Hey, would you look at that? Lights stay on. So okay, so at least we know that it's charging the battery. But let's unplug it. That's a pretty good indicator that the battery is working as well. And let's see. The lights are red, so I'm assuming that my battery is low. But it does seem to be powering on. Okay. In my opinion, this is about to be the hardest part of the whole thing. Is figuring out how to put this guy back together. I did see a little bit of broken plastic on this. I don't think there's a lot that I can do about that. It just seems to be a little crumbly with age. But what we're going to do is the absolute best we can. So let's give it a good clean. And don't worry, I will speed through this. Let's get everything clean. Get everything put back together. We'll clean the PCB. We will clean all the components. Put this thing back together and give it a full test. See you then. So I'm sure most of you caught my mistake. And I wish I would have caught it sooner, because I just went through taking this thing back apart and putting it back together again. So my mistake, if you caught it, and I'm sure most of you did, and were probably screaming, "Stop, you idiot." But when I put the start and select button in, I put them into the housing here. That wasn't right. So this plastic part of the Game Boy Micro, there's actually the little insert there where we put the other buttons before we started putting it back together. So there's actually a slot inside of that plastic where these two buttons sit. So the way I had it, it was actually set over top of it and it wouldn't work. So I assumed that all the buttons were working, but after I stopped filming, I went to press the start button and nothing. So let's try it together now. Oh yeah, very clicky. Select button feels good. Start again. Okay. Now, mistakes are definitely made all the time doing stuff like this. Don't feel bad. I edited out me having to take it back apart, but I wanted to let you guys know that I did figure it out. I did take it apart and I did get it working the way it should now. So again, thank you for watching. See you on the next one.